Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. I'm Reagan.
And I'm Renee, and this is What the Romance.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
The worst part about betrayal is it never comes from your enemies. I should have known better. I should have seen the signs, but now all I'm left with is heartache and disappointment. They might think they've got the better of me, but I won't go down without a fight, especially when it comes to the ones I love, even if I have to protect them from myself. Wading into the depths of the darkness, nothing can prepare me for the secrets that bind us. The truth will either be the answer to our salvation or the beginning to our downfall.
Oh, salvation.
I know, I saw that. I was like, am I on the right book?
Right?
Caged Royal, Book 3. Knights of Echo's Cove. So a lot has happened. I got a little recap here. I wrote it down. There was an ambush at the royal mansion, and that led to V being kidnapped, as well as East getting shot. Major plot twist: her kidnapper stalker is Panda, and Panda is, for those who don't know, he's an ex-knight, kind of, but also he was on the road with V and her father while they were on tour. So he was supposed to be kind of like a protector to her, but clearly he took an obsession with her instead.
Yeah.
Also, Link is being pimped out by his father. V hired a PI to investigate her mom's disappearance. Hint, she is alive.
Yeah, she is. Oh, yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is. So that's a little recap on the last two books and kind of like where we're at.
That's a pretty good recap. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I had to make sure I got like every little big pinpoint there, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So Link has actually called his uncle Lucas for help.
Yep. Lucas is dope. I like Luke.
Yeah, he comes in real handy. Like starting now, honestly, in this book,
Yeah.
starting now, he becomes like a real ally. And like he works for the Knights, but he is not I guess he doesn't live by their code. Like he's not really doesn't have to be there. He's kind of his own little workspace area. He's got his own thing going. He's still known as a knight.
Yeah, because not everybody likes what the Knights do and what they are and what they stand for. Him being one of them, and then Chase being the other.
Yeah. And Chase, we'll come back to him in just a hot second. Because, so East is shot. He's losing blood.
Oh my God.
Blood. And Link is not a match. But neither is Harrison, because he's not the father.
Yep. East is not Harrison's kid, and East is not Link's full brother.
No. And
Same mother.
And Link just found out over the phone while begging his father to come and give him some blood. And he's like, it won't work because I'm not the dad.
Yeah.
And Link is like, what?
I mean, would you expect anything less from Harrison at this point?
No. No. Not really.
This man is evil.
So in this whole time frame that V is kidnapped and she's being drugged constantly because she's a fighter and Panda knows that, so he needs to keep her not lucid, I guess, not movable.
He needs to keep her weak enough to where she can't fight back, basically.
Yes. So, and he's literally like fixated on getting her away from all of them just to keep her to himself.
Exactly.
And it's like creepy, borderline, like, no, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
So while she's being held captive, the Knights actually turn to Indy's guys, the Kings, for help.
Which we saw We saw that coming.
I called it. I called it from the get-go. I was like, watch, they're gonna ask the Kings for help because obviously Indy has made it clear to her boys that, V comes first. So
Of course. And vice versa.
yes. And
Literally vice versa right now.
vice versa. So they find where she's being held and they go in an ambush and they get her back. But in that time frame of them all getting V back, Indy gets taken.
Go figure. The best friend is now gone.
But by a third party, not by the Knights, not by another stalker, by a whole nother posse.
Another posse.
Yes. And they're called the Rebels.
Yes, which I totally forgot that they even existed because they're really not that.
They're not
Like
really
important.
they're not really a thing. They're kind of just people who are against all of the others.
Yeah, they're against the Knights, they're against the Kings.
Yeah, they're kind of like obviously the rebels, like, they rebel. So, and lo and behold, Alex Saint is Link and East's cousin. And he is kind of like the head
It's
person.
Luke's son, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
It's Uncle Luke's son.
So he's the kind of like the head person of the rebels. And so, little disclaimer and spoiler, Alex begins to start having feelings for Indy and vice versa. When V finds out that Indy is taken and by who, she's like, "Oh, I got this." But nobody knows why she's so confident because she and Alex actually have kept in touch while they were gone and she was away with her dad, and they've hung out with each other or whatever. So they're chill. They're good. They're on good terms. They don't have anything against each other. And when they go to the house or wherever they're at to go and pick her up, she sees that Indy is not like, scared for her life. She's like wants to stay.
Indy is living like a queen in that place.
She wants to leave because she misses her boys, of course, but also she's developed something with Alex on the outskirts.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't Indy have like a broken arm and like V just like
she's
what
like,
the fuck did you do to her?
Yeah. So Indy did get kind of like beat up, but it wasn't by Alex. It was by like the guys. And once he found out through Link that Indy was V's girl, he took her, got her fixed up and taken care of, and like they've been taking care of her and not hurting her. They're basically holding her captive because the Kings need to pay a debt. So also, while V was taken, Panda dropped a fucking bomb that Maverick's father killed V's dad.
Yep.
And all of them are there. Like, all of them are there and they're witnessing this. And, like, Maverick's just kind of like.
Maverick gets shooken up a little bit because
he
thinks that she's about to blame him for it.
He shuts down. And
for sure.
I mean, they all guessed. They all knew that, like, the Knights had to have been involved. They just didn't know who. Or how, or, like, obviously they know when. But, yeah. So, but then they get home and V kind of takes Mav to the side and she, like, lets him, like, I'm not mad at you. Like, it's not your fault. It's not you. Like, and of course, their scenes are just so damn inviting.
Dude, I love their scenes. It's not even funny.
I look forward to V and Maverick always being around each other. I look forward to it.
Because they're like, their banter between each other, their scenes, it's just, they're a freaking whole ass vibe.
They are. And they're just so inviting. Like, can I join? Oh my god. Whew, yeah. Oh, and chapter 13, Link spilled his heart out to V.
Oh yeah.
And they finally, like they do it.
They consummate
It
the
took-
relationship.
It took up until book 3 for them to finally pass that line because Link was holding strong. It's not like he was just really wanting to just wait on it, but I don't really know.
I feel for him it was more like, if I fall in love with her, something's gonna go wrong.
I think he wanted to keep his mind straight for one. Like, obviously it's still gonna be cluttered no matter what because she's there and he's not teaching her, but he thinks it'll cloud his judgment and like the way he stands with everything else because, they've crossed that line.
Exactly.
And like just the way oh so I actually went back to reread the whole thing because I was really missing it. So I went back and reread this whole thing. Not only was it the first time for them, but it was the first time for something else.
I remember. Oh my god. What?
But I mean, who better to not do it first with than with him? Like, okay.
Exactly.
Like when I was rereading this, I was like, oh my God, how did I forget this?
How did I pass this?
I was like, good God.
But yeah, you're right. Who better to do it with than with him?
If we do this, there's no turning back. We already crossed enough lines that I'm never letting go. But this means you're mine, and there's nothing in this world or any other that will keep me from you. The stars may fall and the sun may never rise, but you will still be mine. Take me.
I'm yours.
Okay. It just fits so well.
It does. These ones, yes, it does.
But man, yes. Link he's a god. I'm just kidding.
For you, Maverick is mine.
Yeah. But I mean, when we get to it,
It actually says that he is a god in
it
here.
actually says Link looks like a king but acts like a god, and
And that is so true.
it is so true. So true. Yeah. But I wanted to point out, India is a fucking vibe.
When is it India vibe?
So in this book, like she starts kind of getting a little like spitfire action to herself, like in book 2, kind of like, she starts really sticking up for herself because she sees V doing it and she's like, she envies that. So it feeds off into her to do it too. So,
and not only that, but she has her guys with her that she needs to put in place sometimes.
Yeah, and in book 3, she really lets it out. Like she she does not care. She will so they had an altercation with Blair at school and she jumps Blair and and what did she say? My little sunshine turned dark.
Yeah. Little sunshine turned dark because India is just so like nothing really breaks her spirit. She's a freaking ball of sunshine. She's a freaking rainbow.
And I love that the guys stick up for her. Like Finley's like, no, I got this. I'll go get her. And then he's like, all right, down. He's like, calm down, killer. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, so basically the guys have taken in Indy as like their little sister, basically.
Yeah, freaking for sure.
And of course the girls have their own theme song, which it'll be cued later.
It would be cute in here somewhere.
V did make a point that blood might be thicker than water, but blood is thicker than the love is thicker than blood.
That is true. I
feel that. I can feel that. Like if you really like sit there and listen to it, like listen to that whole phrase, you're like, I can see it. Because, like, it doesn't even have to be with your family. It could be with one person, like with me and you. Like, I love
Yeah.
you, like, thicker than blood.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Like, I know that you'll have my back when I need, and you know I'll have your back when you need.
you're my ride or die, baby.
Exactly, babes. But yeah, I love that, and I think that's what I love most about this whole reverse harem and Indy included, because it's not just 1, 2 people that are like super close. It's a bunch of them, and they all love each other, and they all have each other's back.
I want to add in there, Lily, if you're listening, I kind of am sad that you never had them do lesbian action, but it's okay.
I have a great scene in my head. I told you this before, and I would love for this scene to play out.
I mean, obviously we still have potential because in these stories are in the works is what that's been like talked about or mentioned a while ago.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pray that we get it
Of course, because we're not gonna see V in there.
because I mean, honestly, let's be real. How many times did you not think that something was gonna happen between these girls? Like I was like,
Oh,
I was
my
like,
God.
I was like, they're gonna just like have hot makeout sessions. I was like, okay, girls, let's.
There was quite a times where I was reading and then I'd be like, what's gonna happen? Oh, no, it's not.
No, never mind. It's like get your head out of there. No.
It's not going there.
But I mean, potential.
Fingers crossed.
So Georgia is the devil herself. Bro, it breaks my heart every time, like, you know, because Link's being pimped out by his father. Like, what? What the fuck? So the Saints house, they were holding a party, and Harrison was doing it basically just to bring out this whole engagement, but also like make a rise, honestly. He can't stand Octavia Royal because there is something in between her father and Harrison that there's something that doesn't sit well with Harrison, that basically she still exists. Because pretty positive if they killed Stone, they were really trying to kill them both. Honestly, I think that's what would have happened.
Yeah, for sure. But it didn't turn out like that. She finds out that basically she is the queen of the knights. She finds out that there's a contract between the knights and her dad regarding her and him, and if they were able to leave, then Harrison would have the head of the knights, and they wouldn't have to worry about them. But then not Harrison, but her dad died, Stone died, and she had to come back, so now he's not too happy with her being back.
Yeah, the run-in with Georgia and V.
First of all,
that broke my heart because I really did not know how to take it, honestly. Like,
there wasn't any other way to take it other than the way that
it portrayed
it.
Because obviously, I don't want to think of Link like that. I really don't. But it was so hard not to, just by how it was all expressed and like pointed out. But so for those are not catching on, Georgia made it seem like, her and Link are physical.
Yeah. She basically was like, I'm pointing out features of him that I know, and now I know too. And V kind of takes it like, oh shit, like he's cheating on me. Although he said I was the only one.
But disclosure, Georgia snuck into the house while Link was in the shower, and that's why she knows all the features.
Yeah. And she knows all his freaking moles and beauty marks on his back.
Yes. And so then she has a meltdown, and her and Link literally get in this huge argument. So Link crawls through her window again, and they have their moment, and they share the song together of Favorite Place by All Time Low.
I love that song.
Because it's hard for him to express a lot of things to make the point across, but like this song pegged it for them. So they laid in bed with the earphones in their ears, just laying there holding each other. And of course,
It's a very raw moment.
Had their moment too.
I loved that moment. I loved him like kind of climbing through the window and being like, look, I'm shit with words, but listen to this. This is basically what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah. And like he apologized for like, you know, for her to be put into that place of feeling like doubt.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're both put into this place by Harrison because of this whole arrangement. So that sucks. Screw Harrison. Who won? I hate him.
I hate him too. And in all this myths of the knights and the kings and the rebels and getting kidnapped, Blair is still in the back of everybody's mind.
Oh yeah.
So not only has V now punched Blair like 4 or 5 times in the face, Blair and her family kind of get what happened? Her dad is brought in on charges of like
I think
fraud and like that.
Yeah, fraud. So her dad, or not her dad, so Blair's dad gets arrested. And basically the whole funds of the whole family for them is frozen. They are like homeless. So Blair is begging V for help basically because it's family, and let's be real, it's Blair. So she
goes to the only person she knows that might see like the better side of it and help her. And that's what I love about V too. Like even though like her family, her own blood family treated her like shit, she still went out of her way to help Blair make sure that she's living in a home and having the means to live.
Yeah. Chapter 17 gets really fun. It gives me real, like, you know, what's that movie? The Ugly Truth?
The Ugly Truth.
The scene where she's wearing the vibrating underwear type of thing. Yeah, that one. So they're on a double date. So V goes on a date with Finn, but they're not really on a double date. They're just in the same restaurant.
They're kind of like spying and making sure that Link and Georgia don't, cross a path.
No, I actually think so. V and Finn were there before, and then Link happened to have showed up, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, they're both in the same restaurant area. Link ends up going to the bathroom with V and gives her a gift. It's called a vibrating egg. So he basically tells her like, let's play a game. So she's got that. Y'all know how that works.
If you've seen The Ugly Truth, then you know.
Yeah, and so Link says that he's gonna hold the remote. He says, I keep the remote and you have to try not to come until you leave.
I like how Finn knows too, like what's about to go down.
Yeah. It was really fun. The whole scene was fun. Like Link was there with Georgia, of course, but like he was keeping his eye on V, especially now that he has the remote. Like
of course.
So that was fun. It gave me a real glimpse of like, like the ugly truth. Like that was a really good movie. I loved it.
I love that movie. That movie is great. But yeah, I loved that scene too. It was a fun, kind of like funny scene. And then comes chapter 19, which is basically they all leave, not all of them, not East. East East is still recovering from getting shot. Number one.
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
can we pull up a East how many times he gets shot a meter, please?
A tally chart, yeah.
So East is still recovering. He can't do much. And they are going to Mexico. Lincoln, Finn, and Maverick and V, they're all going to Mexico to get away, to go relax.
I think it's not spring break. Spring break, maybe? Because
Maybe.
away from school. I think it's spring break, actually.
I think it is spring break. But they're there and they are just relaxing. Well,
Yeah,
their type of relax. Their type of relax is not mine, where I read a book to relax.
Let's relax. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, wink. It turns spicy between all of them. I'm not gonna say much because
Not all of them, but like, basically -1.
well, -1. But it turns quite spicy, and that is the first glimpse we get of a
All around.
all around -1.
And leads into chapter 24 when we get that all around.
Yes.
And not only that, it's in a hot tub.
Oh my god, yes.
Chapter 24 it was what we all needed for sure. Just kidding.
It was a wow moment.
It was a wow moment for sure. Yes, it was all 5 of them.
Yes. Now it's all 5. Now we're getting somewhere.
All 5. And again, back to the whole Link looks like a king, but he acts like a god. And he is telling everybody how, like, what to do. Like, you do this to V. V, you look like this. You sit like this. Like, all that stuff. And, like, he's just sitting there in the corner watching.
Like the king he is.
Oh, God. I enjoyed it.
That scene was literally a ooh scene.
Yes, it was. Oh, man. So, getting to the end of this, and it's really sad. So, Kristen ends up taking V, like he pulls up in his little car and he's like, get in, we need to talk. So, what it comes down to is, I just sold my soul to the devil, and I'd do it all over again in a heartbeat. V sold herself to be in the Knights to go through initiation, but on one condition is that all of the guys are free. As well as getting these secrets, I guess her father has kept. Like there's some intel that's against Harrison and the Knights or some source, so she has to get it in order for the guys to be free as well.
Mm-hmm. So they're not just being free just because she said, okay, I'll be in the Knights. No, it's kind of like a tick for tack. Like, I'm going to do this for you, but you got to give me this and you got to do it like within a allotted amount of time.
Yeah, until her 18th birthday, which is like a couple of weeks away, I think is what they say.
Yeah, it's about 3 weeks away.
So they shake hands, and like she says, she sold her soul to the devil. After that, Maverick goes home to the Bloodhound himself.
Yes. How would you even, other than Bloodhound, like that man is not like evil. Right. He's like evil doesn't touch what he is and what Maverick finds. Maverick's dad is like sadistic.
Psychotic.
No, because I didn't fall in love with him.
No, schizophrenic. I'm just kidding. But he's on a whole other level of psychotic, honestly. On the not
He's
so
not the one you fall in love with.
No, he's definitely the person that does like will kill because it yeah, I might like do something to him, but I don't know. He's just a whole other kind of version of the psychoticness. So he has his own little dungeon that nobody's allowed in. He comes home raged because of this whole deal that Octavia's made with Harrison to make the guys free. He comes home, he is literally going at it. He is hitting Mav. He is literally crushing him, throws him down in the basement, and it all ends with a gunshot and a knife.
He takes Mav down to the basement, which is his dungeon, and what Mav sees is a sickening scene.
He's got a bunch of like girls, women caged.
But
it's not even that makes him his skin crawl. It's Bee's mom.
Yeah, it's who he had in there.
Mm-hmm. And it ends with them basically going at it, and it ends where it blacks out. Somebody dies.
Yeah. Someone dies. We don't know who at this point until we get into the fourth book. Could be Maverick, could be Maverick's dad. It could be.
I'm just so glad. Again, I'm so glad the other book was out before this,
Right.
before we started reading, because again, another cliffhanger. I don't think I would have survived.
I think, is there a cliffhanger in every single one of these books? There is.
First one, not so much, but like from 2 to yeah. Mm-hmm.
2 to 4. Well, not 4 really.
Yeah. So that was very like heart racing.
It really was.
A lot of stuff happened in 3. Like, I know it doesn't seem like it from what we talked about, because there's so much.
There is a lot.
We have only so much time on here that we're going to talk about it, because we don't want to give away all of it. We want you to be invested, to be like, all right, I need more.
Yeah.
So we are going to close out with book 3, because we don't want to give you all of the spice, because we want you to go and read it. It's on Kindle Unlimited. Look up Lily Wildhart. You will not be disappointed.
Not at all. She is phenomenal.
She knows she's phenomenal.
That's for sure.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, guys. We will see you next time, because next time is the last book. I'm really upset about it, because
it's like a closure. It's a closure for us.
It is a closure for us, because yeah, we did finish these books a long time ago, and now we're getting to the point of reviewing them and putting them on here, but reliving it, it's like, damn, I miss these guys.
Exactly.
I miss them. And now we're about to say goodbye, and it's just like, damn.
I mean, it's not goodbye forever.
We can go back and reread it. Like, I mean, I've definitely tagged those pages, but
it's a goodbye for now.
Yes.
While we tackle our other series, our other TBRs.
Got a whole lot coming. But until next time, we will see you with book 4. Forever.
Yes.
And cute girls need girls.
So here's to the girls